Hi, it's Jen and Bethany here with a special video. The charming pocket angels, if you want to show them the beautiful red one and green one. Those handmade ornaments, we know this every time we pull out that special box of ornaments. The ones that are handmade are the most enduring of all. You know that. I think everyone knows that. And Joyce Minnis, who is one of our newest but favorite designers, has created this, and Bethany has made more than a dozen of these, maybe even 18 now.
18, 20.
And so I asked her to be here with us and to show us and step us through this. You do not need to be an accomplished quilter to pull this off. Actually, a very little bit of sewing.
Hardly any sewing on this.
If somebody wanted to do this by hand and do the hand sewing, could they?
Yeah, I don't see why not. It's going to take you a little longer.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you don't have a machine and you want to do this by hand.
Right.
Absolutely.
So I think there'll be a little bit of sewing. I see that machine is here. I have never made one all the way through, but Bethany is an absolute pro on this. So the times when we do some sewing, just if you are like, I don't have a sewing machine, but I want to make those, do a little bit of hand sewing. I think it's relaxing. This is the Stof Christmas fabrics. We fell in love with this collection. There are so many projects out there. Santa Claus, Lane, there's the Elegant Diamonds Table Runner, the Fold and Stitch Leaf. We've got beautiful yardage still in limited quantities remaining, fat quarter sets. And of course, we could not resist just completing the whole ensemble with some beautiful ornaments. And each of the Stof fabrics has a metallic detail.
Correct.
And they have the beautiful gold cross and the ribbon. We have a kit right now for the Stof Christmas that will make 12 angels. Everything you need is in there, even like rubber bands and things, right?
Yep. You just need a needle and thread.
Right. And so we have made the pattern an add-on. So that way, if you're like, I want to buy one pattern and 3 kits, because we know these are so good to give as a gift, you're able to do that. So the kit will have everything. Pattern will be separate. Be sure to add that on. And charming pocket means this must be 5-inch squares. Is that
why we are using charm squares?
Okay.
5-inch squares.
Okay.
Okay. You can go grab yourself a charm pack.
Okay.
We have done this kit in yardage because the Stof didn't come in a charm pack, but we grabbed the Perfect 5 ruler here to cut our own squares.
Oh, easy. It makes
just
it
super
easy. Okay.
Super easy, super accurate. And as you can see, we're starting here with just a checkered 4 patch. Okay, I've got my 2 golds, and then you're going to have either greens or reds in your kit. Really simple. We've pressed that open. I didn't want to walk through how to make a 4 patch because I think our audience is there. Okay, and then we took this to our machine with a lining fabric, okay, and stitched around the edge. And I left a little opening here, about 3 inches per turning. Okay, I've already done that here.
Okay,
again, that's another boring seam, so I'm going to get that out of the way.
Perfect.
You can see, I think right here is my opening. And I'm going to clip my corners real quick and then turn this out using that point-to-point turner to help me turn this.
Okay, and while she's turning that, one of the things that I think is most endearing about this, and by the way, the kit will produce 12, 6 green, 6 red, and your wings will be gold every time. Notice how she has these 2 opposite. This is the wings, this is the dress.
Correct.
Right? And so one of the things that I found so endearing about Joyce, and is such, she loves Jesus, and I love that about her, is she not only wrote an amazing pattern, but she has some poems in here that are about charming pocket angel, and basically how the skirt of this is left open so that one of the beautiful messages that she wrote, which is yours inside the pattern, by all means Xerox that if you're going to be making a lot of these, maybe with your scrap fabric. We want more messages of blessings to reach more people. So inside your pattern, you'll see two poems that Joyce wrote. You can include those in the skirt if you'd like, maybe even pin those to the wings. But we've included those inside here, but you can also put treats in here. I see you've got chocolate kisses in there. Oh, thank you very much. Yes, I love chocolate.
Do you need a kiss?
Yes. Or a gift card. And I know that you mentioned that we might even leave the skirt opening a little bit bigger if we want to put a gift card in to have more space for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So anyway, I just wanted to show you that it's more than just a beautiful ornament. There's a blessing inside as well of a treat, maybe a gift card, and then of course either a personal message you've wrote, or you could certainly be cutting apart and including one of the poems that Joyce wrote. That's her whole heart there inside that pattern, and I love that about her.
Yeah, I love that so she has 2 poems in here, but there are 6 copies of each, so there's 12 total, and your kit makes 12, so you have one for every angel that you're making.
By all means, and then of course, if you're going to be making plenty of these, just Xerox the poem. And
she's so nice to have given us permission to do that.
Yeah, you know, I know she had talked about, it was kind of an idea she had after she created these, and I'm like, let's include it in the pattern. That way people can know what pattern, because I think when she made these initially to give, she had just included that on a few of those she gave on a personal level. I'm like, can we put that inside the pattern?
That's a great feature.
Yep.
Okay. So our next little bit here, we've turned this inside out. Here's my opening turned under. And instead of going in and stitching that by hand, we are going to sew within like about an 1/8 inch seam all around the edge to close that up. Okay, so I'm gonna have you do that. And then the next thing we're gonna do, this is why we're out with the machine, why don't we go ahead and get this done, is we are going to measure, so the pattern says 2.5 inches from the corner on each side of one of the green sides here. Okay? So mark a little point and sew here to here with this together like that.
Okay, so close it up and then...
That's gonna be our little pocket. And here's where she said 2.5 inches, and I wanted to really put a gift card in here, and it was a little tight, so I made mine 2 inches instead.
Okay, perfect. So we can just do that and kind of come back, because I know there's other things you want to show us about pleating the wings.
This is the easy part. I want to get you the wings and the bows on this, so I'm gonna mark this and hand it off.
I'll hand that off, and then we'll come right back. We won't even just kind of go to that because it's so straightforward. Sewing all the way around.
All the way around, and then in half on points.
And then
I drew them on there.
Just here to here, basically.
Yeah, I've got...
Perfect. All right, we'll be right back.
Okay, so we're back from our machine. We got our top stitch around the edge to close this up, and then folded it in half. And so just 2 inches on the corner here to make that little pocket space.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, we're gonna do a little bit of marking here. The pattern says that from the wingtip, on the folded edge and this open edge here, we're gonna mark 3 inches and a quarter. 3 inches and a quarter.
Okay, 3 and a quarter, we got
3 and a quarter, there we go. So I'm just gonna use my ruler. And these are gonna be some registration marks for when we go to kind of fold this up and make our wings. Just kind of help get them lined up.
Sure.
I made this quite a few times, and one of the times I was like, I don't need those marks, and it did not turn out well. I had to redo it.
And she's using a friction pen. You've probably seen us both do that. I think by the time the wings are folded, you won't even notice the marks. But if you're concerned about that, the friction pen irons away with heat.
Irons away, yeah. Even if your iron can't get right on it, I've seen people use blow dryers. But you could just hold the iron close to it, use some steam, and it'll get that perfectly. Okay. So I've got my little marks. We're gonna grab our wooden bead.
Okay.
This will be the head of the angel, and this is included in the kit. We're gonna put that right in the middle. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
It's coming together. And then we're gonna grab some rubber bands, okay? Not the most pretty thing in your kit. These will get removed at a later step. This is just gonna be our hands for us, okay?
This must be why the seam ripper's out?
That's the way it's there.
Okay. I'm liking.
I did find, because I wanna wrap this as tight as I can around the head here. It was just a little easier if I doubled it up first. I didn't have to go around like 7 or 8 times. I could just grab this here. We are just gonna get it around. And then, you see our head's kind of going off to the side there?
Yeah.
I'm gonna kind of just manipulate this a little bit until I get it where I want it. Because if she's a little crooked, then the whole thing's gonna be off. So I might do this one more time.
Sure.
And then we're gonna use 2 rubber bands to make this.
Okay.
Your kit includes, I think, enough for 3 per angel. So if you mess up or cut one off too early, there's a little bit there for some
Maybe
for
one
air.
breaks.
Yeah. So.
And I see you kind of pushing the wings back so it's more of the green in the front. Is that kind of part of the...
I think I'm going to try that out. I know I did this a lot of different ways, and sometimes I tried to get the wings kind of going towards the back.
Yep.
It didn't always work, but I think here I'm satisfied with how that looks there.
I like that because not like her head is just the green and the wings are kind of over there.
Gorgeous, gorgeous.
It is. That fabric.
Okay.
That fabric.
We're going to start our pleating, and... there we go.
Every time it's for me it's 50-50. Half the time I open it upside down.
Okay, so we are going to keep track of our little registration mark there. And I've got it on my other side. I'm gonna do this from the front here, or from the back. I want my like raw edges going towards the back.
Okay.
Okay, I know I liked this at the front.
That makes sense. Kind of back there.
Kind of towards the back, if I can. So I'm gonna do, I called it 3 pleats. And I'm go 1, 2, 3. Nope, that's 2. There we go. So on the front I have 1, 2, 3.
Oh, right. 1, 2, 3. Got it. So 3 ridges, basically.
3 ridges, and my 2 little marks there should line up.
That's the reason for the marks.
That's the reason. I'm gonna put my clip right in the middle of that mark and have this just hold that in place for a minute while I do the other one.
I love the Wonder Clips.
All the Wonder Clips.
Probably the regular size, the mini, although I like the bigger one because it'll hold more. It's just
a little bit stronger. The mini, I use them for a lot of things. For this, I really wanted that bigger one.
Yep.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then you can kind of manipulate these to get them a little more even. There we go. All right, clip, clip. And again, I want that Wonder Clip right in the middle of that mark, because what we're going to do is we're going to bring those marks to the neck of the angel.
Okay.
Okay. So from the front here, I'm going to, right next to the neck, let's try this here, right next to the neck, right next to the neck.
Oh my gosh,
and
look at that.
Gonna grab another rubber band, okay?
I always kept thinking, when's the other rubber band coming into play?
Okay.
Right now.
I'm gonna do this over here. One thing I found is that if I tried to put the rubber band right at the neck,
okay,
and then I went and tied a ribbon on and tried to cut those rubber bands out, the ribbon was a little loose.
Okay.
So when I do this, I'm gonna pinch this real tight, and I'm gonna tie my rubber band a little bit lower than the neck.
It makes sense.
Okay.
So it's almost out of the way.
Almost out of the way, yeah. And then it just makes it easier to cut off with your seam ripper in the next step. So once, and again, if I look over, I'm gonna like maybe fix the pleats a little bit.
Sure.
Just kind of get it
full.
Get it full. Yeah. All right.
How did she come up with this?
You know what?
Joyce, if you're watching, you are one very clever person, and we appreciate you so much for letting us also do the tutorial, you know.
Absolutely.
So
what a gal.
She is. She's that kind of person. She's amazing.
Okay, it's kind of taking shape here.
Okay.
We got a few more steps.
Trust the process.
Yeah, definitely trust the process.
Okay.
We will get to here. We are going to remove the clips now, and then we'll be tying a little bow around the neck here. Your kit will come with the ribbon. I think the pattern said to do a 5-inch strip to make the bow.
Okay.
My little sausage fingers couldn't make a bow with that small of a strip, so there's enough in there to make the strip a little bit longer if you need to. I think there's a lot of different ways to tie a bow. I don't know the correct one, but I know I did this and it worked.
It works. It looks beautiful. Yeah.
It's not centered, but
that's okay.
My mama always was the one that did bows really well. Let's see. There we go. So you would get this here, tie your bow, and then we're going to take that bow and sew it onto another strip.
Okay.
And when we do that, we'll sew on our little angel charm.
I see.
Sorry,
and that's some hand sewing.
Yeah, that'll be just a couple hand stitches there.
Okay.
And see that right on the back. So this will go right around. I'm going to try to hold that in the middle.
Oh my gosh.
And then we're going to tie this as tight as we can.
I see it now.
Around the back.
I'm seeing it.
So this is what holds everything together. And I liked this ribbon because it was kind of dainty enough to do the work of kind of being cute and not overwhelming the project. But it was really strong. I was surprised at how tight I could pull this. So.
Boy, it is. That is strong. And I know you mentioned that you have a different process for I'm sure you'll go into this. Like we don't trim that now. We keep it long.
Correct. So this stays long. Okay. Let's get our angel taken shape because the rest of this is just finishing here.
Okay.
Okay. So you can take your seam ripper.
Oh.
Pop off I can do this. There we go. Pop off the rubber band here.
Look at that.
And if I need to, I can kind of shimmy that bow up a little bit. We'll do the same thing back here. Don't hurt yourself. Okay. And now this is starting to take shape, yeah?
Oh, look at that.
You noticing anything different between these two?
Yes, they're points.
They're pointy.
How do we do with that?
Easy, easy.
Oh my
We're just
gosh,
gonna
you
fold
tuck
that
them in.
down.
They're hidden in there.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're not hand sewn. They're just tucked in.
They're just tucked in.
And they're not coming out.
No, I think they're just beautiful. That's so cute. We've got the little pocket, okay? And then this would be tied in a knot. But if you see here, it kind of hangs from the back middle.
Yeah.
One thing I did
Hangs
that kind
forward.
of deviated from the pattern, I think if you had some treats in there, the center of gravity would be lower. It might hang a little more straight.
Of course it would.
But I went and there's a step that tells you to take about a 1/2 inch and sew that together right there on either side to kind of get your wings down a little bit.
Oh,
okay?
yes.
And one thing I did is that when I did that, I also brought the ribbon straight up and sewed a couple stitches to the back of the head so that now you can see that I left those strings there. You can see that. Now the center of gravity is much higher.
Of course.
And it's going to hang straight instead of at an angle.
That is so clever.
Yeah. So just a couple hand stitches to get those wings down, and then just through the back of the head to get that center of gravity way higher.
So I would thread a needle, come up from this side, catch the skirt and
Shall
the
I
wing.
do it for you?
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
I would love to see that process. I think that would be something, especially because this is not in that, part of it's in the pattern. But
Yes, this part here where I'm sewing is in the pattern.
Okay.
And we're just doing a couple stitches through. And I wanted to get these done. I had so many to make that I just carried my thread across.
I see.
But if you want a cleaner look, of course, cut your thread, bury, knot your thread and bury it.
Yeah.
Do it again. But I'm like, it's only an inch away.
Understood.
Yeah. So we'll do that. And then I kind of just traveled this under the ribbon.
This is one of those make it work things.
Mm-hmm.
We've all done that in craft, and you're like, I have no idea how to go from point A to B, but I know where I need to be. And you just figure it out.
Absolutely.
That's the creative part of all of us.
And I love that about kind of, just sewing and crafting in general, is that it's so fun to make it your own and do your own little thing on there.
Exactly.
So I'm going to go back under.
And we would love to see, if you do decide to pick up the pattern and maybe you've got a stash of fabrics, or maybe there's a charm pack on our website, or maybe you have that or want to use the 5-inch Perfect 5 to cut your own squares, making it even so easy. We would love to have you share that on our social media channel. We love to see what people are making just in general. It doesn't have to be a kit we've created. If you are just inspired to share, we all love to see what you're doing, cheer you on, get inspired ourselves, and maybe share with a friend, I know there's a lot of companies that have Christmas ornament exchanges. What a great idea to do this. It would have so much meaning. You could even personalize, that poem to Bethany, from Jennifer, and really just make it next level personable. So I love that. So we're all buttoned up and all stitched up.
I think I need to add a couple treats.
I think so. Yep. And then, of course, if we wanted to add a poem, just carefully cut that out and slip that in there as well.
Slip that in, and that is your beautiful, charming pocket angel complete.
Thank you, Bethany. Oh my gosh, I knew that this was one that we had to share with you and just show you how special these are. They're beautiful, but the message inside is even more beautiful. So thank you for giving us some time, some of your time today to show you how fun and easy it is actually to make the charming pocket angels. We will see you soon on more Shabby videos.